Well, welcome, Bill.
Thank you. Let's see here. So where do we leave off? Right. So I think what I'll do is I'll put the doors on, and for this kit, I've got two different styles of, and I didn't get to set up my lights either, so we're roughing it tonight. This kit has two different styles of steps for the sides. Most of the kits now are coming with a sheet of laser cut. Let me adjust this light a little bit. Laser cut bits that fold up, and there's one of them. If you can see it, good luck. There we go. Okay. Well, they fold up pretty well, but the original Caboose has got white metal steps. So we'll glue those on. Actually, we're just going to skip gluing them because they're already on this Caboose. I'm just going to go over bending up the grab irons and put the roof on. And then the last week, what I've done is Bachman, they've got their flat cars out there. I guess they're getting kind of hard to find. So came up with a flat car kit, which basically fits into the Caboose. And it will do On30 and also On3, because my railroad's On3, so I want to be able to run on it. Anyhow, that's the newest kit. So bending up the grab irons, there is a fixture for doing so. And you can do the side grab iron, which is a swoopy thing right there, right in here. And then for the end grabs, there's just a template here just for bending that up. So I'm going to go ahead and bend up one of them, get the idea of what's going on, and go from there. So we're going to do the swoopy one first. Always bend up a 90. Hope you can see all this. It doesn't show much on my computer, but anyways. Put the end of the grab iron in the hole and sort of bend it around. And then come in and grab the end right about where the hole is going to be, or where the hole is on the template. Bend it down. And then we'll add a little bit more curve to this to get it to match the template. Now we find out if the laser drilled holes are actually, oh, it's going to work. Yay. I'll put it in with my tweezer and just kind of space it with the thickness of the tweeze. And there you go. Do 3 more of those. So now we'll do the one on the end.
Bill, is there anything else beside what you showed that has to be done for the ON3 versus the ON30?
No, as far as the general kit is concerned, There's no difference. The only thing on the new frame kit is the On3 trucks that I have require 2 pads under the for the bolster.
Uh-huh.
So we don't have one to show. And for the On30, it only requires 1. The only difference. Everything else is the same.
Okay,
The kit itself basically includes, let's see here, a subframe, a frame, queen's post, and some pads, and a couple pieces of brass wire. There's no underbody included, no brake rigging or anything. It's just intended to quickly get you on the rail without having to find some flat cars.
gotcha, gotcha.
So we'll bend one of these up. I'll try to do it so you can actually see it instead of seeing the back of my hand here.
Bill, is this basically how all of your OM30 kits work? They work off of a flat car base?
Yes. Basically started out when Bachmann started doing OM30 locomotives. We started doing cab kits to
Gotcha.
be able to change the look of the locomotive without a whole lot of trouble. And so then I did a box car and a tool car, and they came out with the 18-foot cars. So then I just followed up with a couple more.
Gotcha.
See if we hit the floor. Right. I always do when I make up these grabs and so forth. I always make them too long so they stick right onto the floor. I don't know if you can see that in there, but basically they're coming through, and I'll add some super glue to the backside here and then trim off the ends once it sets up.
Gotcha.
I'm not going to do it here because I took my super glue to another project and it's still over there. The roof. Included in practically all of our kits to represent tar paper roofing is a product called Silk Span. If you ever built any model airplane, especially the
Yeah.
Early ones, this is basically the wing covering and sometimes a body covering material that gets used in.
Yeah.
I've been using this stuff forever for tar paper.
I have never thought about using that. My God, that's a great idea.
It's great stuff. It's a little bit better than using plain old tissue paper.
Yep.
Yeah,
Excuse, what is that paper called again?
called Silk Span.
Silk Span. It's a model airplane product.
Yeah.
It's great. Used to build stick airplanes, remember?
Yeah, the old stick airplanes from Gullos, people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great stuff.
And you used a pile of dope on it to make it stretch.
That's right. But instead, we're going to use a little spray adhesive. We're going to take the roof and spray the roof. basically just like I did the sides. And, you know, you ought to theoretically cut it into strips and lay it across, but I don't like doing roofing. So I'm just gonna lay it just like that. And once it's set a bit, take a fresh blade.
What made you think of that, Bill?
The silk span,
Yeah,
one of the predecessors, company called Building and Structure Company that we bought out, oh, 98 or so, was using it.
I'll be darned.
And I've just been able to keep finding it. I have to go through model airplane distributor
Yep,
to get it. But
Yep.
they've got plenty of stock, so
I see it cuts very easily too.
it cuts real nice. And when you
Yeah.
paint it, it looks great. What I'll do at this point is let that set and then come back with some flat black and just shoot it with black and then weather it up with some chalks. So that was quick and easy. I don't know what else I can add to it. I'm not great at telling stories, so I don't have to be too boring with it, but that pretty much finishes the kit once you get the grab irons on. Yeah, okay, we gotta put the doors in too, right? I've always got these emery boards around for just taking the nubs off that are holding them on the sheet. I don't even have my glue, my decent glue here either. Let's see what happens.
Daryl Jacobs says it came in different sizes, different thicknesses.
It does. We use the thickest that's available right now. Because it's still hard to get. It comes from Japan. And the distributor is only carrying the thick stuff right now. But I only order it probably once a year, once every other year, because I usually order a fair quantity so that, you know, they're happy getting a decent sized order and I'm not going to run out for a while.
yeah.
Distributors don't like, what?
Used to use tissue paper before that stuff came out.
Yeah. Distributors don't like to order nickel and dime stuff. They want you to, they're much happier to have you order a reasonable quantity. And they always seem to be willing to work with me when I do that, so. Right, so there's the doors. There's the roof. And we'll set it, I'm putting couplers on here yet. Again, this is just a real basic frame just to go with these cars. You can add all kinds of underbody detail if you want to. Yeah. This is on the On3 frame. And it does sit a little bit higher than the On30. I'm sure it's nicely blacked out. How's that? That's better.
Yeah. Anybody have any questions for Bill?
Bill, this is Jeff Jordan. What are you doing about coupler height? The Bachmann ON30s, actually, the coupler height is at the HO height, and the ON3s actually are at a more prototypical height.
Right. The ON3 frame is lifted enough to where when you put the ON3 couplers in, they should be, if you see here, this is the HO height for the ON30. And then this buffer block is quite a bit higher. So you put your On3 coupler in there.
Does that answer your question, Jeff?
Yep, that's got it. Thank you.